This is the most dangerous creature on Earth. A white man in a suit and tie.
Park Chan-wook had this terrific idea to cast one actor to play most of the roles of the white guys.
근데 그것이 말이 되는 것이 이들은 모두 아시아를 침략한 제국주의의 여러 얼굴들이에요.
These characters poke fun while speaking to many of the larger truths of the era.
The four characters that Robert plays are projections of the captain. There is a reason behind it, that they all share similar features and therefore the similar actor. And it's a great little surprise by episode 7.
Each and every character was thought through with such precision and detail, not just in terms of what Robert brought to it, but also the look of all of them.
Coming up with the looks, it really felt like diving into a sculptural exploration was the best way for everybody to get on the same page.
It's the first time I've ever gone into a SFX makeup house, and I've seen clay molded heads of the characters, and I would go in there with Director Park, and he would take a little piece of clay and move it, or we would try different things.
My studio then manufactures the prosthetic elements, the dentures, facial hair, the wigs. We'll even do underneath wardrobe body modification pieces, which are skin tight that are made to fit his body custom.
This was all very nuts and bolts and felt like the old school way of creating a character from the outside in.
Come on, man. This is counterintelligence. It gets wet down here.
Claude is essentially a CIA operative and handler of the captain. If you can have an image or you've heard the voice of someone or something, it helps. I kind of thought of him as a cross between Gene Hackman and James Spader.
We wanted to give him a character that looked like he had really gone through it. He's got a different complexion, he's much more freckled. We gave him ears that were cauliflower. His nose is a bit wider. He looks like it was reset and healed. These are great little notes that help tell his story.
Claude is a rather flamboyant character, and he understands that CIA agents are expected to hide, so he hides in plain sight.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Yeah, it's a good prop. Nobody pays much mind to a homosexual walking a foo-foo dog.
A homosexual.
I'm whoever I need to be, just like you.
Action! Why don't we give our Vietnamese characters some lines?
You don't understand cinema.
It was just wild to explore this self-important film director. I think I learned a lot. It was a bit of a cautionary tale to myself.
Potentially a very unchecked creative version of Robert might become that.
Don't be intimidated by my Oscars as I am. Show me what you got.
I wanted the Auteur to be the sexiest. There has to be something very charismatic and alluring about him to even understand why anyone goes along with what he's doing.
Cuttage! That's cinema.
Please welcome our friend, Congressman Ned Godwin!
The Congressman was an absolute joy in portraying that Ronald Reagan energy.
I had him in white, like he was almost evangelical in his political view.
We gave him contact lenses to darken his eyes. They almost look black, like this soulless look. Then he's got a great burn on his hand that becomes this kind of claw-like feature that Director Park had mentioned that he wanted, and Robert holds it in this frozen position, which often happens with burns like that. Skin tightens up, tendons retract, and you get this claw, which became a signature of Congressman.
Cheers. Konnichiwa. Please do learn a word of your lovely language for me.
Professor Hammer is an aberration of misunderstandings running the Oriental Studies department.
He likes to compare himself to an egg.
What, white on the outside, yellow on the inside?
Robert embodied this character in such an amazing way. I think on our very first test, I wasn't really sure who the professor was. And then once Robert started playing this character, it helped us really kind of dial everything in. For example, how he holds his mouth, there was a lot of movement that felt like it would be appropriate to have something that almost frowned down.
로버트가 제일 카멜레온처럼 변신에 능하고.
He took the bold move of shaving his head, so he didn't have to put a bald cap on every time.
Our daughter loved it, and every morning she would give me a Benny Hill. I would like pull off my beanie, she would go. That was like my being sent off to work with my lunch pail.
It was really fun to watch Robert bring these characters to life.
Cut. How was that line?
And to see the final product of him playing against himself is a bit surreal. but I think it's a ton of fun for an audience to see.
이 작품의 본질에 가장 가까운 창조적인 선택이었다라고 말씀드리고 싶네요.
Being part of the Sympathizer to me has just been an absolute gift and an education.